What's going on, everybody? Today we are back with another trade recap. Today I actually took a loss, so this one's gonna be a little bit less exciting and it's kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. I'm happy I stuck to my rules, etc. So let's go ahead and jump into this recap. Hopefully you can learn something. But yeah, so here we are on the charts, starting on the daily time frame. I'll show you. Wait, hold up. Let me fix this. Boom. Is that better? Here we go. Let me close out our Discord. Okay. Here we are. All right, boom. So on the daily time frame, yesterday, based on the way I do my daily bias for the most part, is we close above the previous day high before that, and so that means I would be bullish today up until previous day high at least, right? So that's kind of one bias I have in mind. Then if we go in the 4-hour time frame, there's not a whole lot here, right? There's no gaps, there's nothing, so all this is low resistance liquidity to the downside here. So I would definitely be interested in seeing all this get taken out. Excuse me. We also have these relative equal lows right here at the previous day low. So, pretty good, decent, okay reasons to be bearish, but not until probably we take out previous day high or something, right? Going down into the 1-hour time frame, here's where we actually start to see some action, right? On the 1-hour time frame, we had this fair value gap right here. Okay, so whenever I saw that, I was waiting kind of for 10 a.m. To see, well, 9 a.m. for me, but 10 a.m. New York time, to see if we were going to inverse this gap or not. If we did inverse it, then I was expecting us to come up here and take out previous day high. Or if we didn't do that, we also have these equal highs right here. So I wanted to see us take those out, right? So I had these on my chart as well. So obviously we inverse this gap. So once I saw us close and inverse this gap right here, I was like, all right, bet we should want to continue up and take out these previous day highs. Obviously you can see we haven't done that, which is kind of where the loss comes in. But another issue here is on ES, we do have an SMT, right? So ES took out previous day high, but we didn't on NQ. Now I saw this, but you're gonna see whenever we keep going down into lower time frames why I still went into long, right? So again, just to kind of recap, we have this 1-hour fair value gap that we inversed, which makes me think we want to continue higher to take out the next draw on liquidity, which for me was previous day high. Even though we had an SMT up here, that inversion makes me think we're still going to go up on NQ. Okay, moving forward on the 15-minute time frame, there wasn't anything here really either, no gaps or anything of interest for me, so we can kind of move past that as well. Here on the 5-minute, there is a gap right here, which kind of played a factor, right? We had this bullish RB in here, so that was kind of interesting. But anyway, I don't know, let's go on the 1-minute time frame. So market opens right here. You can see this, boom, this vertical line, that's market open. Market opens and we get a little Judas swing, blah blah blah. We come up and we do take out these equal highs on that higher time frame, right? So now we have those equal highs taken out and we have an SMT at previous day high. So in theory, we could be short bias. And I did want to see shorts play out today, like we kind of talked about at the beginning based on the 4-hour chart. But since we did, like, I waited till 10 a.m. 10 a.m. opens right here. At this point, we've inversed this fair value gap. So now I'm thinking, okay, NQ looks like it wants to take out this previous day high here. And also at the same time, we're chopping around here after 10 a.m. open. And we have this beautiful equal highs right here. So now we have, equal highs really close to us, and we have previous day high above us, and we've inversed this fair value gap. So it makes me think, again, we're wanting to take out these, but if we don't take out previous day high, that's fine, because I'm thinking we're still going to at least take out these equal highs before we go lower. Clearly that did not happen, but that was my thought process. So whenever we did get this, let me make sure you guys can see my face cam's not in the way. Yep, okay. Whenever we did, here, let me even raise this, dude, fix the cam a little bit. Boom. So once we did get, we have this move down here, we retested this inversion, and also we have an SMT right here at this low with ES. So there's an SMT down here at this low. We retapped that inversion fair value gap, and we have equal highs above us, and we have previous day high untapped on NQ, although there's an SMT, but all the other confluences, right? So I literally also pulled Fibonacci from the low to the high up here, and you can see the 705 aligns very nicely with the 10 a.m. open. So that was enough for me. Rejection block, all of those things I just laid out, right? That's a lot of confluences, in my opinion, that we should see price move at least up to right here. And this was going to be my break even point, right at the swing high. And then my full target was going to be right here, which would have been a 1 to 4.37 risk to reward. Now, clearly, we did not get that, right? Clearly, we did not get that. We came down and we tapped our entry. We're in some drawdown, almost get stopped out. Price pumps up. I'm up almost 2R there. But I don't go break even because that's not how the strategy works. You don't go break even until, you've hit something that makes sense to go break even on. And for me, I guess I could have went break even at this order block here, but I don't like that. I never really use order blocks in that way. Sometimes I use them a little bit for confluence, but I'm not going break even just because we tapped this white candle here. I really wanted to see the strong drop equal highs up here get taken out, at least before, I wanted to see that taken out to go break even, and then I wanted to see a follow through up in the previous day high. But regardless, we would have been break even here. So if we didn't get the follow through because there's an SMT up here, it is what it is. But we didn't get this. And also, I was even open to, if we got an SMT right here with the ES, I would have went break even as well. But we didn't get that. So I didn't go break even, and we got stopped out. But I'm happy I didn't go break even, I wouldn't have wanted to go break even and then price run without me. So it is what it is. We just got stopped out, In my opinion, that was a very good day. This really tested my discipline, my discipline in terms of keeping my stop loss where it needed to be, tested my discipline in the sense of not shorting any of this stuff right here before what I wanted to see happened. So in my opinion, those are all very good reasons to be happy about the day. I followed my plan, followed my discipline. I was happy with that. I didn't, do anything crazy. So very good. I executed on what I saw, and that's all you can really ask for. Then right here, you see we get this huge 1 minute candle. And that's insane, right? People try to short 10 a.m. open, and I don't know, they maybe got stopped out right here in this big wick, but then straight to TP. And this right here is just Trump. You can see Trump agreed to keep negotiating with Iran about ceasefire is over. I don't even know. So in my opinion, isn't that bullish, bro? I don't even understand why we went down, but we went down. In my opinion, we should have pumped because ceasefire is over. I mean, wait. Oh, yeah, that does make sense. Ceasefire is over, so we went down. I was thinking it was the other way around. Anyway, makes sense. Unfortunate days today, it is what it is. But realistically, I mean, this shit is straight chop cheese, bro. So, and I knew that going into the trade. I was literally sitting here talking to Claude AI, to journal my trade, because that's what I do. I sit here and yap to it while I'm taking a trade, and then it puts the trade in my journal for me. And I'm sitting here saying, I'm like, yo, if this gets stopped out, it is what it is. I'm happy. I followed my rules today. I was patient. I was disciplined. We have all the things I'm looking to see. We have equal highs above us. We have an SMT creating this rejection block. It's right on 10 a.m. open. We've had a little bit of manipulation to the downside. I want to see us follow through since we inverse this 1 hour gap. I want to see us tap at least those equal highs, if not the previous day high as well. And, I executed on the trade, and that's all you can ask for. So this is going to happen some days. If I took the trade yesterday, the trade I took yesterday, and if I took the trade the day before that as well, then I would be up fat on the week. I would be up like 13R on the week. So I can't even be mad about this loss. I just have to be executing each day like this, or like yesterday, or like I should have the day before. And if I continue to do that, I will be on a very good track, a very good pace. So not even upset with this. I mean, a little upsetting that, we were wrong. Obviously, that's going to happen. But it is what it is, Not much you can do. There wasn't really any other good 10 a.m. trades, in my opinion. I guess you could have been, shorting the 10 a.m. open right here. But even if you did that, you're probably going to have your stop loss above the 786 a little bit. But probably wouldn't have put it all the way up here. You could have, but that's insane. 35-point stop loss, I believe. So let's see. Yeah, if you put it at the high, it would have been a 46-point stop loss. That's absolutely insane. So, that's all I got for today, guys. I hope you guys learned something. Maybe you took the same loss as me, or maybe you took 10 a.m. shorts and got cooked. Regardless, I hope you guys got something out of this video. But the main thing you guys should take out of this video is just discipline, right? Because I was very disciplined in not only my approach today, but in not moving my stop loss. Because I used to always just do it. I used to always just move my stop loss at a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So I didn't do that for this trade today. And the reason I didn't do that again is because we had equal highs above, and I didn't want to trail my stop loss too early, because oftentimes we'll come back down, we'll retap 10 a.m. and we'll continue higher. Of course, that's not what happened today, but just because it didn't happen today doesn't mean that's not what statistically happens more often than not. So remember that. Always follow your plan. Always follow your rules. Don't let people influence you, etc., etc. I hopped on Discord like once or twice during this session, not to get any advice, not to find any trades, but I just hopped on there because I saw some things happen on the chart. Like whenever we took out, or I mean, people were just shorting any black candle or any red candle, and we had equal highs above it. So I just wanted to hop in there and see if people were shorting it, and they were. And I was like, bro, y'all are tripping. But again, I didn't let any of that influence me. I just went in there to see if people shorted that, to see if they lost, and they did. And then I hopped off Discord. So it's not like I sat in there. And that's all I would do if I was you guys. I wouldn't sit in Discords all day. I wouldn't do any of that stuff, because it just gets in your mind. And again, the key takeaway from this video is making sure you have strong discipline. And to me, it looks like we're still going to end up taking out these equal highs up here. I just don't see why we wouldn't. But I mean, maybe we leave them for next week. But you can see, boom, even after we agree for this ceasefire, we're still continuing higher. So clearly price was bullish, I guess. I don't know. Obviously, I'm a little bit salty about getting stopped out. But again, we followed all of the rules. That's all you can ask for. If you continue to do that every single day, then you will be successful, as long as you have a good plan in place, which I believe I do. So lastly, the only other thing I want to talk about a little bit in this video is I've been reading a new book, and I know, oh my god, boomer, reading books, etc. But this book is actually gas. It helps you if you're like me and you have, if you're trading a strategy like this where you have to lose a bunch, not like you have to, but like your win rate's like 30 to 40%. So you're gonna take a lot of losers. And it's called, I believe it's called, I low-key forget. I think it's called The Best Loser by Tom Hougaard, I don't know, but let me pull it up. Yeah, it's called The Best Loser Wins by Trader Tom Hougaard, however you want to say it. You can find it for free online, but it's a very good book. Came out in 2022, and I've been reading that, and it helps with your psychology, which is one of the reasons I was able to stay so disciplined in today's trade, because I had that in mind, because I've been recently reading that. So I would recommend you pick that book up if you have. Honestly, I would just recommend reading it if you're a trader. So you don't have to. Obviously, reading is pretty ass. People don't like it, and I haven't read a ton of books, but reading is pretty good for you, and can be a nice way of acquiring information, because you're just sitting there locked in on the book and not talking to people on Discord. You're not distracted. It's a healthy thing to do, in my opinion. People have been reading for years and years. Very intelligent people, not all of them, but very intelligent people often read books. Okay, so hate on it if you want, but I'm just saying it's a good book. It helps you work on your psychology. I would not recommend to read strategy books. I don't think that's very helpful. Maybe you could, but I recommend reading psychology books, and I recommend, again, The Best Loser Wins by Tom Hougaard, or Trader Tom, whatever you want to call him. He's still active, he's alive, all this stuff. This book came out again in 2022. He wrote it in like 2019, 2020, right around coronavirus, right around like the GameStop pump. So he's actively trading these markets. He's doing it right now. He's on Telegram, all these things. So you're not reading some outdated book. It's real examples, real stuff. So get that book if you want. That's what's helped me. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, as always, put them down below in the comments. Hopefully you guys had a good day trading. Hopefully you learned something from this. If nothing else, at least you got a good book recommendation. But that's all for me. This is going to close out my week. I probably will not be taking any more trades today. We still ended green on the week, so very, very excited about that. We'll continue back up where I left off next week. But I'll catch you guys. I'm out. Peace.